Good evening, everyone. It's Allison Turner here from Batcat Media Group, which is home to my business coaching program, Dream Plan Start Grow. I'm coming to you live from my home office, so hopefully my internet is going to work here. I have much better internet at my office, but I'm going to try it out. But I wanted to come to you and just talk a little bit about overcoming fear in getting started and how you just have to start. Because when I do business coaching, I often work with people that want to start a business, but there's so many times where I'm like, oh, I can't quite launch yet because the website's not ready. I can't quite launch yet because, this course I'm building is not quite ready. I can't quite launch because, whatever the excuse is, instead of just launching. And I agree, you have to have certain things in place. So trust me, I'm type A personality. I am all about having those things in place and going from there. But you have to, at some point, let it go and launch. So I just want to bring to you 5 points on, how you would overcome some of those issues in getting started in a business. And this could go for anyone that maybe is even in business, who's launching a new program. Maybe you're launching a new service. So instead of having, to feel like it has to be perfect, think of, when you went into a new grade in, whether it was elementary school, middle school, high school, we always were like, oh my God, that trepidation, like we're going somewhere new. But then it turned out to be okay because we were right where we needed to be at the time. So, the number one thing is we have to continue to take action, and we have to always stay in action as an entrepreneur. I can't stress that enough. But, identify the root of your fear. So number one, identify the root of your fear, because too often we are afraid of something that came from our past, came from our childhood, it came from some other situation. And instead of taking action, we just hesitate and we pause. Number two, set realistic expectations. So when you launch, say you're launching a new business or a new service in a business, it doesn't have to be perfect. And it probably is not going to be perfect, to be honest. I remember when I launched this business with a business partner, and we were far from perfect, but we worked things out as we went. So everything was always a work in progress. And I find, a business, unless you're like happy with making, here's my cap and here's what I'm going to do and this is fine. Unless you're happy with that, business is always a work in progress. And we're always trying to level up our business game. So set those realistic expectations. Number three is break down what you're trying to get done. So I talked about in the very beginning here tonight was, so many of us feel like we have to get the website done. We have to get this done. We have to get this done. We can't launch this program because we don't have the whole course laid out quite yet, or we don't have the PDF completely done. But God forbid we launch something, that we have to have people in a month early. So break it down and figure out what you have to get done to get it launched. And then once you launch something, whether it's a business, a service, a course, whatever it is, then move from there. Number four, and this is a really big thing for me, is visualize your success. So I've been incorporating that more and more into some of my practices, at least like 3 times a week. And I find like every time I do, I have this calm, this sense of calm that comes over me. So visualize your success. And number 5, you have to take the leap of faith at some point. You have to move forward. Too often, I do websites as well. So I do some on the marketing side. And too often I get clients that are like, oh, we can't launch the site quite yet. The wording's not quite there. Or I got to change this photo out. So let me figure out what photo I want to put there. Or, it's just like dumb little stuff. I launched my own personal website, theallisonturner.com, and I didn't even have all the stuff where I wanted it on the mobile side. Should I have waited maybe another day or 2? Maybe. And, fixed some of that. No, I just wanted it launched. I wanted to be able to start using it. And now it's fine because I've gone back in and fixed the little things that I needed to fix. But sometimes it's okay to launch early. It's okay to launch before everything's perfect or everything's completely ready. So today, my number one thing is you have to take action. All you have to do is start. And I say that to people that want to start a business. I say that to people that are in business, that maybe are launching a new course, a new service, whatever it is. But you have to start. And it's just simply putting one foot in front of the other. And sometimes it's just that slow and steady progress wins the race. We all heard that as a child. We always heard the tortoise and the tortoise and the hare story. Slow and steady progress wins the race. And a lot of times in business, that's what it is. Because if we go too fast, sometimes that can be detrimental. I mean, look at some of the bigger companies that, maybe went too fast, grew too fast, and then imploded. So think about where you are today, what you want to do, where you want to go in business, in your life. And remember, number one, identify the root of your fear. So if you are really holding back, identify what that is, because most of the time it's just something from our past that's coming back into play. To set those realistic expectations, know what you want, and realize that when I'm launching something brand new, it may not happen like on day one. That's okay. It may happen on day 10 or 30 or 40. But if you never launch, then it'll never happen. Number 3, break it down. So, figure out what those little steps are and break those down. So you know what exactly you have to get done before launching or starting something. Number 4, visualize your success. I can't emphasize this one enough. Even if you just take 5 minutes, like visualize where you want to be and what that looks like to you. And number 5, take that leap of faith. Realize that if you are to that point of, launching a business or launching a new service, you are there for a reason. So take that leap of faith. So thank you everyone for dropping in. If you have any questions for me, feel free to go to my website, theallisonturner.com. I'm happy to answer any questions there. And I hope everyone has a great night, and I'll see you again soon. Bye for now.